So just so you know, this is the third time I've attempted this video because I've had people call me twice and interrupt, and I don't know how to merge videos. So we're gonna try this. Third time's a charm, right? Front air brake system. So we have airline and hose. This is my hand motion, a little S, because it's a little S. It goes right down into our brake chamber, which drops down into our slack adjuster. And this is the push rod. You can see it goes in here and it pushes. And then behind our tire that we can't see, we have brake drums, and inside the brake drums, we have shoes and linings. So those are all the pieces of the front air brake system. So the line and the hose, like everything, is what? Securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, but it's a hose. So couplings and fittings are secure. Not leaking, no cuts, cracks, bulges, or abrasions, because it's a hose. And then the one thing that's added here, because this is an airline and it's an air brake system, is that the airline is supplying air to the system. Okay. Sorry, there's a bus reversing and I know it's loud. I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, so that's the hose and the airline. Brake chamber, like everything, securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. But this one has a clamp. So clamps are secure and there's no cracks or dents. Then we have a slack adjuster and push rod that are securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, no loose, missing, or broken parts. Then we're going to talk about our manual slack adjuster, which this can be moved manually if brakes are released. And it's kind of like our steering linkage, where it's own little verbiage. And so, of course, I have hand motions for it, like everything. So with what you're going to say is that the manual slack adjuster and push rod should not move more than approximately 1 inch when brakes are released and pulled by hand. That's my hand motion. I'll go over that again when we go through it. Then behind my tire, I have brake drums that are securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. No, just like the brake chamber, no cracks or dents, but we're going to add holes to it, no holes, and no grease or oil. Grease and oil is really, really big on the brake drums, and same with shoes and linings. So shoes and linings are inside the brake drum. They are secure, not damaged, they're not dangerously thin, and they are not soaked in grease or oil. All right, so all together, and my hand motions for these, my lines and hoses is kind of like an SE shape because it goes right into my brake chamber, and I go like this to remind myself that it has the clamps on it. My slack adjuster, you can't really see me, but I kind of like hunched down, like I kind of slack adjuster, and then push rod is out with like a rod type gesture like I did with the linkage, so push rod. And then from there, my hands like this, I do brake drums, and then I do shoes and linings. For some reason, I just see it as a circle. You could also touch your shoe, whatever works for you. When we get to the back section, you're going to understand why hand motions are very helpful. Okay, so let's put this together. Mr. Tester standing next to me. I'm going to talk about my front air brake system. This is my hose and airline, my brake chamber, my slack adjuster, and my push rod. And then behind the tire, I have brake drums. Inside my brake drums are shoes and linings. Okay, so my air line and hose are securely mounted, not damaged, working properly. Fittings and couplings are secure, not leaking. No cuts, cracks, bulges, or abrasions, and my airline is supplying air to the system. My brake chamber is securely mounted, not damaged, working properly. No loose or missing nuts or bolts. Clamps are secure, no cracks or dents. Slack adjuster and push rod are securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, no loose, missing, or broken parts. And the manual slack adjuster and push rod should not move more than approximately 1 inch when brakes are released and pulled by hand. Brake drums are secure. They're behind the tire. They're securely mounted, not damaged, working properly, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, no cracks, dents, or holes, and no grease or oil. My shoes and linings inside the brake brake drum are secure. They're not damaged or dangerously thin. They're not soaked in grease or oil. Ooh, I actually got through the air brake system this time. Yay! All right, guys, I'll see you at the next video.